Self in the World Series.
Greenwell with a fly ball to left center field. Albert Bell in and calling for it. The guys are already coming out of the Cleveland dugout, and the Cleveland Indians will advance. They have now won 103, taking the first 3 in a row of this series to sweep the Red Sox and advance to the American League Championship Series.
The 0-1 pitch on the way to Edgar Martinez. Swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my. Edgar Martinez with a double. Ripped down the left field line, and they are going crazy at the King.
There it is. John Whitman has put down Dean Palmer, and the Yankees are moving on to the ALCS. The Yankees celebrate at the mound, and listen to the celebration here in the stands for the Texas Rangers, who made it to the postseason for the first time. But they ran into a gritty bunch of New York Yankees to whom no deficit was too long.
Albert Bell, is this his final game as a Cleveland Indian? Strike 3. The ball game is over. The Orioles have won the divisional series against the Cleveland Indians. The wild card team has defeated Cleveland in their home field.
And this should do it. Morning. The Orioles have won the series.
Center field. Giles is there. Celebrate.
Ground ball to second. Knobloch. The Yankees sweep. It took them 3 games and parts of 4 days. But they take the Texas Rangers 3-0. Allowing them 1 run in the 3-game series. Shane Spencer, suddenly the man of the moment. Up and down between Columbus and New York 4 times this year.
Game over, series over. The Indians are going back to the ALCS. A perfect 1-2-3 ninth inning for Mike Jackson. What a game for David Justice. And what a well-managed game this was for Mike Hargrove. Justice with the offense, a pair of doubles, the 2-run double in the 8th inning to put the Indians on top for good.
A bouncing ball. Jeter from the outfield grass. Long throw. Zeal dives, but can't get there. It's over, and the Yankees sweep it. Tremendous effort by Zeal, but Jeter, with a fine play from the outfield grass, closes it out. And for the second consecutive year, Texas gets strong pitching throughout, and all to no avail.
2-0. The Boston Red Sox have come storming back, and they are in the American League Championship Series. No hits allowed by Pedro Martinez from the 4th inning on.
Jimmy Williams allowing the players to celebrate. First manager that I saw do that was Tom Kelly with the 1987 World Champion Minnesota Twins. Red Sox and their fans hoping that this year they could change the curse into the...
Drag bunt. There it is. The Mariners have won.
Chavez. The runner goes, and it's popped up, and this could do it. Martinez in foul ground, and the New York Yankees have won Game 5 here in Oakland, and they march on to the American League Championship Series. The Yankees flew all night to get here. They will fly all night tonight to go back. And I would imagine the plane ride home.
Third base, and your winner, Seattle.
Set at the belt. The pitch. He struck him out swinging. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Pandemonium in the Bronx. Pandemonium at Yankee Stadium. The New York Yankees lost the first 2 games of the playoff series and were written off. And they have risen from the dead, winning 2 in Oakland, winning tonight. And coming from a 2-0 deficit, they are celebrating on the mound, and Mike has the totals.
When Mariano Rivera...
Percy delivers, and it's popped up. Third base side. Eckstein, the shortstop, makes the catch. And here come the Angels swarming out of the dugout. The Anaheim Angels have knocked the American League.
There he goes. And a pop-up. And they're battling the sun. Minkiewicz doesn't see it. Hawking comes over, and he's got it. And the Minnesota Twins have won the division series. The Oakland Athletics were the last gasp in the 9th inning. A dramatic comeback, but the tying run is stranded on base, and the heavy underdog, the Minnesota Twins, have won this series. And a wild scrum out there near the pitcher's mound.
Now White deals, swung on and corked to deep center. Bernie going back, away back. He makes the catch. Ball game over. American League Division Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Oh, the Yankees defeat Minnesota today 8-1. They win the series 3-1. The pitching of Messina, Wells, Clemens, Pettit, and Mariano Rivera, and some timely hitting. And the Yankees have won the first round. They win the division series 3-1.
Bases loaded, 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and the Boston Red Sox have come from behind, trailing 2-0. winning 3 in a row, and they will meet the Yankees on Wednesday night in the American League Championship Series.
They went 2 2/3, did K-Rod. And here's David Ortiz. You see that number today with 3 hits. This could be 4. Back it goes. It's over. The Red Sox win, and they're moving on up.
Ground ball. Yankees, Red Sox, LCS. For the 2nd year in a row. Another Yankee comeback. And for the 2nd straight year, the Twins are done in 4 against the New York Yankees. Minnesota will not have a Game 5 in the Bronx. A 6-5 final in 11. Another Yankee comeback gets it done.
Gucci, Konerko. The Red Sox dream to repeat is over, and the Chicago White Sox have come into Fenway Park and completed a sweep here in the AL Division Series. They won 3 different types of games in this series, and they have shown all of us why they had the best record in the American League. And the valiant Red Sox, a 3-year soap opera which hit the highest of highs.
Here it comes, 0-2. Ground ball toward first, diving stop. Erstad, underhand to Frankie. They got him. The ball game is over. The series is over. And the Angels win it. 5-3 over the Yankees. The Angels are headed to Chicago. The Angels celebrate on the field. 45,000 plus celebrating in the stands. The Angels have knocked out the Yankees, and the 200.
He fires. Popped up. There's Peyton. And the Oakland Athletics have swept the Minnesota Twins. It is on to the American League Championship Series for the A's. The opportunity to clinch, and this time Oakland does not stumble. The A's win it 3 in a row. And I think many in baseball figured this would be maybe the most competitive series. But this is one of those that would definitely go to 5 games. But the Oakland Athletics proved to be the dominant team this October.
Well, Oakland, a very dangerous ball club and very well balanced. Not any one component where they're weak, and seem to take advantage of all the opportunities.
On the ground, second base. Listen to him roar. Tigers in 4.
Scotia doing a nice thing are getting his bench people in. Rob Quinlan pinch hitting pops up, and that does it. The Red Sox sweep the Angels, and they are in the American League Championship Series. Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, 2 home runs each in this 3-game sweep. The Red Sox pitching utterly dominant. And after a couple of years away from the ALCS, the Red Sox go and they get to open at home Friday.
And the game is over. The Cleveland Indians have won this series in 4 games, 6-4. Your final score. The Indians are headed to Fenway Park. And an era ends, perhaps, in New York. Frank Sinatra is now Lowry. He bounces one right side. He comes back right there. Willits runs up from the plate. Red Sox win it.
Struck him out in the postseason for the first time. The Tampa Bay Rays are headed to the American League Championship Series. The way, a 1-2 pitch. Pedroia hits a soft liner. Back goes Ibar. The Los Angeles Angels have swept the Boston Red Sox and are headed to the American League Championship Series.
Coming into this game today, the Angels just 2-7 in their postseason games here at Fenway Park. But they scored 2 in the 8th and 3 in the 9th to come back. They have been a comeback team all season long, and Vladdy Guerrero with his first RBIs in this series, a 2-run.
0.26 for Yankee pitching. Ground ball hit out to Jeter. How apropos, and the Yankees are moving on to the American League Championship Series for the first time since 2004. They sweep the Minnesota Twins 4-1. Tonight's final score. Power pitching, power hitting. The Yankees are very powerful.
For a fan sitting. Fly ball left field. Brett Gardner is back. And the New York Yankees are on their way to the American League Championship Series.
Upton pops it up. Left side, Elvis Andrus is backpedaling. He is under it. He puts it away. And the Texas Rangers have won a postseason series for the first time in franchise history and move on to the American League Championship Series to face the New York Yankees. The 1-2 pitch. Jennings chops it towards second base. He had Kinsler to second, and the Texas Rangers are headed back to the American League Championship Series. Well, the Rays have done it so many times during the regular season, unable to do it here in Game 4 as they got behind. The Texas Rangers come in and take Game 4 of the ALDS and move on to the American League Championship Series.
Well, the powerful bats of the Rangers finally came alive in this game. 4 solo home runs. That was the difference in the ball game. Adrian Beltre with a game of his life, a 3-homer game, as he was coming off a terrific end to his season. He was the American League Player.
Valverde deals, and a swing and a miss. Valverde strikes out Alex Rodriguez, and the Detroit Tigers are headed to the American League Championship Series. They win on the road again. The Tigers are moving on. A 3-2 thriller at Yankee Stadium tonight.
Well, a stunned crowd here at Yankee Stadium, a celebration here by the Tigers. And the offense for the New York Yankees only able to scrape 2 runs together against this outstanding pitching staff of the Detroit Tigers.
Both teams had a bunch of opportunities to maybe increase the lead, or the Yankees get back.
To Sabathia. Fitting. Ball game. And for the 15th time, the Yankees are on their way to the American League Championship Series. Been a dream season for the Baltimore Orioles. It comes to an end here in New York. A win shy of a trip to the American League Championship Series. And we talked about the fact that they had fought with the Yankees down the stretch. Could catch him, but couldn't pass him. And here in Game 5, again, the Yankees hold them off.
In this series.
One base runners reach third for the A's. Here's a ground ball right side. Omar Infante to first. The Detroit Tigers are headed to the American League Championship Series. And the magical season for the Oakland A's has come to an end. The Tigers will celebrate here in Oakland.
Hit representing the tying run. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a miss, and the Boston Red Sox are moving on. The Red Sox to the American League Championship Series for the 10th time in their franchise history, as they take care of the Tampa Bay Rays in 4 games. Koji Uehara with a 4-out save and made it look easy.
Just watching Shane Victorino run in from right field and vault onto the crowd gathered there at the mound. I don't think his ribs were bothering him at all.
Adrenaline. Red Sox are 1/3 away from total redemption.
And the ride comes to
Smith. Hits a high fly ball to right field. In from right comes Torrey Hunter. Makes the catch, and the Detroit Tigers are going back to the American League Championship Series.
They did what they had to do. You see Cabrera with a big home run tonight. Verlander did his thing once again, back-to-back years against the A's.
The Tigers seem like they're out of this thing. There's the Orioles to the next round. And a ground ball to third. Flaherty, second base. Scope, the turn in time! And the Baltimore Orioles sweep the Tigers. The O's are moving on to the American League Championship Series. After back-to-back doubles to start the inning, Zach Britton locks down the Tigers, and the move by Buck Showalter pays off.
That is huge, you know, for him to walk Castellano. I tell you what, that was the move of the game, because they didn't have a bench. They got the big ground ball. The Orioles, I'll tell you what, played a nice 3-game series. Come from behind is the game. That was the game.
Next stop, Baltimore. The Royals will play in the American League Championship Series.
George Springer represents the last chance. A drive to right. Orlando on his horse back there to make the catch at the wall, and it's with that exclamation point that the Kansas City Royals move on for a date with the Blue Jays.
Another payoff. And Martin on the ground. Andrews makes a play, goes to second, out there, throw to first. Oh, and what a play. But here comes the runner, Donaldson. He's saved! He's saved! The ball game is over! The Blue Jays are moving on to the ALCS. Jeff Bannister is requesting a Hail Mary challenge.
Was there interference at second? That's what they'll want to know.
Low throw. Here it comes, folks. No interference. Blue Jays win. The Toronto Blue Jays have eliminated the Rangers. And the first team
pitch. Swung on a high fly ball, shallow right. Chisenhall is there. He makes the catch. Ball game. And the sweep is complete. And this resilient bunch of Cleveland Indians will play for the American League pennant.
Home with another 3-2. That's hard hit to second. The Astros are moving on to the American League Championship Series. They come from behind to win it in 4 games, scoring 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. Ken Giles, 2 innings to get the save to give the Astros their first postseason series win since 2005.
And they do it! The New York Yankees have survived. All 4 of their postseason wins this year have come in elimination games. A come-from-behind wildcard victory, then down 0-2 in this series. They claim games 3 and 4 at home, take game 5 on the road, and are headed to Houston.
amazing comeback. A gritty team, a manager who had to face a lot of criticism, who stayed the course. He kept his team ready. And the veteran guys on the Yankees helped preparing these.
Pitch on the way. Cabrera grounds it right side. Gurriel has it. He underhands to Harris at first, and that is the ball game. The Houston Astros advance to the American League Championship Series. They defeat the Indians 11-3 and win the series 3-0.
The Houston Astros, the defending world champions, are ready to go back to the American League Championship Series as they sweep the Indians in the division series.
Well, they pretty much did what they thought they could do and did it in big league fashion. They really did. I mean, a commanding 3-game sweep.
A lot of handshakes and hugs now as the Astros relievers jog in to join in on the celebration.
Here he comes, the 1-2. Bouncing ball, going to be a tough play. Nunez gloves, throws, and time for the out. The Red Sox will celebrate, but there will be a challenge you can guarantee. Put the pause button on. They're going to look at this one. And this game will either be extended with the bases loaded, or the Red Sox are going to win this division series on a challenge. Nunez shaken up.
Remember, Aaron Boone told us the only time he ever challenged all season long without getting on the phone was the last play of the game.
In the replay era, this is a game that could end with an umpire's headset. Look at the stretch by Pierce in the glove. That's an out.
That's going to be an out, and the Red Sox win.
That's an American League Championship Series is what that is for Boston.
What a stretch by Pierce. We've seen a couple of those this series.
Red Sox know they've got it, but it's not official. Lytle brings us this replay review. Can you believe this game's going to end with a challenge? Here comes the call. He is out, and that's it. The Boston Red Sox win the division series 3 out of 4 against the Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox are headed to the American League Championship Series.
The Yankees have swept the Twins, and they're the first team moving on to the championship series in 2019.
The 1-2. Astros, Yankees, Saturday night.